Hi there, my name is Lukasz, and in today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to generate and edit elevations. First, you need to open a building structure where you can see two windows. On the left hand side there is a building structure with all the project data split between several drawing files. Each drawing file is related to your project. On the right hand side you can see data delivered from the building structure. This part is used for generating the output from your project. The delivered output is updated depends on changes of data in the building structure. Delivered objects are split in three categories. These are elevations, sections, and reports. Today we will have a look on elevations. I click on the arrow and more sections are shown. In each section you already have two predefined drawing files, which you can delete or add more if you need. Right now, I'm going to generate a node elevation. Right-click on a drawing file number and choose Generate View. Now, the Generate View window is opened, and here you can set all the properties for your new elevation. At first, we need to choose the drawing files. You need to click on a blue window and the building structure is opened. In my elevation, I'm currently missing the whole roof part. By checking a square, I automatically select every single drawing file related to the roof. I don't need drawing file, which is called 2D, so I can uncheck it individually. Then I click OK. And all the drawing files are loaded in the elevation. Under drawing files you can see a section called layers. I need to keep it active in order to see every single layer in the elevation. Next line is called update automatically. I need to check it if I want to see all the updates and changes made in plan reflected in my elevation. Under this, you can see arrows pointing to the square. Each of the arrows are showing the direction of the elevation. You can either have elevations from four sides, or you can have axonometric drawings from corners of the building. Last thing you can generate is a plan from a plan view. Currently we are creating north elevation, so I click on the arrow pointing on the north elevation. When you click on a dashed line in a square, you can enable or disable hidden lines in your elevation. The last thing you can set in this section are shadows. As you can see, there is a shadow around the square. When you click on it, you can enable and disable shadows. Under this, you have view. And when you click on the blue button, you can set each coordinate of your view in order to get exact view for your generated elevation. You can also set further properties like focal length and change from axonometric to perspective view. Next thing is resizing. By this you can resize your elevation in both X and Y direction. Then you have representation, where you can change a scale. I am going to change a scale from 1 to 100 to 1 to 50. Under this you have a format. By clicking on a blue button, you get to another section in which you can set every single format for each line. By checking each square, the preview above the text is changing, depends on how the final output will appear. But this section is more specific for generating sections instead of elevations. Then you have label. You can label your elevation with heading, additional text, or even a scale you can enable and disable. You can also enable and disable reinforcement if you are creating a section. The last part is called surface elements. There are three general buttons. The first one is called No Surface Elements. This button is used if you want to create simple line drawing elevation. The middle button is called Only Fills from Colors, and you can use it if you want to create a colorful elevation without any textures. These colors are related to the textures you added to your model. The last button is called Create Bitmaps from Textures, and this one is used if you want to create high quality textured elevation. In this video, I'm going to create a simple line drawing elevation. I want to see shadows, so keep in mind that you need to check Consider Light. Under this, you have all the properties for the light and shadows. The last but not least, keep checked Show Shadows. Then you click OK, and the elevation is generated in your drawing file. When you double click on the drawing file and click Zoom All, you can see generated elevation. Now I can see that I forgot to generate a ground. All you need to do is click on a gray frame and you step into all the settings of the elevation. Then again you click in a blue window of a drawing file and you simply add a drawing file in which you have a ground. Then you click Apply and the ground is generated. Next thing what I can do is to change the length of a ground, because currently it is really wide and I can't fit it on a paper. I'm going to use a function which is called Stretch Entities, but by selecting the lines you can see that I can't catch any point. I need to double click on a gray frame again, so I open all the settings related to the elevation. Then I need to uncheck Update Automatically and click Apply. As you can see, whole elevation is selected, and by clicking Close, I apply all the settings. Now I can use a function called Stretch Entities and shrink the ground depends on how I want it. What's important is when you check Update Automatically again, all the changes will revert to the formal elevation. You can also change, edit, or delete every single line individually. Next thing that is missing in my elevation is context. So I simply go to Library, click on Default, 2D Objects, and then you can see all different kinds of folders which are fulfilled with data. Then you choose a tree you want to have in your elevation. By double clicking on the element, you can copy and paste it on the place you want. You can also add some bushes. Now, looking at the elevation, next thing that is missing is occupation. It's nice to have a people around so you can figure out the scale by comparing people to the building. So when we go back in our library, you can see a folder called Persons. Let's say we want family, and we can again double click on the child playing on a backyard and paste it next to our house. Last thing that is missing is a pattern of a roof. When you go to 2D area section, click on the arrow down, you can click on the patterns and then you can choose from wide range of patterns you can use in your project. In my case, I'm creating a Titan zinc roof, so I want to find a pattern which is closest to the texture of a Titan zinc. Then simply by clicking on two diagonal corners, you can apply the pattern and the pattern appears on your roof. You click Escape for exiting from the function, and finally the whole elevation is finished. Thank you for watching and see you in next video. Bye bye.